Oh, good morning. Just wanted to it's been a few weeks. I haven't kept up with the video updates like I mean to, which I kind of figured I wouldn't because I procrastinate and put it off. But here, I'm just do a quick one here. Here are the grocery store slash work um, red potatoes I bought at work, non-certified sweet potatoes, in a shadier area. That could be why they're holding on longer. Because these were actually planted before the uh, seed potatoes from the main beds. But as you see, they're still actually kind of green. Not a whole lot of dieback. They're doing the best, maybe because they've been in shade, since the potato is a cool weather plant. The edamame have just exploded. Luckily, the squirrels have not found them that I can tell. Wait a minute. Let me look inside. Yeah, there actually are a bunch. Looks like they have been finding them. Oh, see, I didn't see those before, but I don't know if you can see that in there. Let me see. Yeah, there's some shells down there. So they found them. So hopefully, there are still a lot. There's a nice good one right there. As you see, it's kind of doing all right. But yeah, the squirrels have found them, so they're gonna steal a lot of it. But hopefully there's enough. There's a couple dozen plants here, I think, so there should be enough left over. As you see that they have, when they're young, I noticed they were kind of yellowish, the leaves, a light pale or yellowish. And now that they're taller, they have gotten a nicer, deeper color green for the foliage. So I don't know what's going on with that and why that happens, but we'll see what the squirrels leave us. Oh, even back there, I see a bunch. See back here, there's a bunch down there. See them? The sweet potatoes, they look as well as last year. I haven't seen any flowering now, which last year I did. I haven't seen any blooms yet, which is a somewhat rare occurrence from what I hear, but I did get 6 or 7 blooms last year. I haven't got any yet. Over here is just some extra the certified seed potatoes from Urban Farmer Seeds. Over here was garlic and there's now green beans just in here. Didn't have very good success with germination, and if they did, squirrels dug them up and ate them. But there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about a dozen plants in there. There's a basil we just bought as a transplanter, from Home Depot. Here's I forget what this one's called, either Big Boy or Celebrity. Patio container tomato, which I start seeing. Yeah, I see the buds on there, so hopefully we'll get some from that. It's a little late, but I really just wanted the green tomatoes anyway, so I don't even care if they ripen. I just want to hopefully get a couple of potatoes and fried green tomatoes with them. As you see, they're doing pretty good there. Nice green. Over here are more bush Blue Lake beans. And on the edge there are some cucumbers that my daughter had started she got from Five Below or something as a home grow kit kind of thing. And they're actually, doing well. I started late, but hopefully we'll start getting the tendrils, and I can start training up the fence. I'll probably leave 2 there, maybe the one on either end. I don't know, but they're getting some height. They're getting some leaves, doing well. Some more edamame here. See the difference in the color of the leaves? How these ones are. I guess maybe it's just the way they grow when they're younger. They're yellowish or light pale, and then when they get older, they'll darken like the ones over there. I don't know. I see some flowers on here. I don't see. Yeah, there are some pods in there. All right. Let me see if I can show you one of these ones. I don't see as many. Where were they? There's some in there. Yeah, there's. Oh, my finger's blocking it. There's some in there. The main Ruth Stout bed, of the potatoes. It's dying out. Not nearly as lush as it had been. But just earlier on, right down here, somewhere, let me see if I can find it again carefully. I did find one of the red, oh there it is, yep, one of the red Norlands growing. As you see. So, well, that's a good sign. It looks like it's got some size on it too. Cover that back up. So that's a good sign. That's Red Norlands, Russet Burbank, Yukon Gold in there. It was just the three varieties, right? I think. Yeah, because then I had the Purple Magic. It was only the three. And this is a traditional in-ground bed that I had mulched with hay and fall leaves on there. I have not watered. Well, these I watered a little, but basically not really. So I'm trying to see just, with a heavy mulch, because just really as I get older and just dealing with the heat to get out here to water things, and these seems to be one of the things, as long as you mulch them heavily, you get a yield. So if I could, since it's one of my favorite crops anyways, potatoes, figure do a lot of them. That's something I don't have to water and then still get something. If I didn't water the edamame, I can't imagine I would. I don't know. I have not really tried. But yeah, as you see, a lot of dieback, but I'll let them go. I'll let them go a few more weeks. I mean, until they're basically pretty dead. I'm gonna try that. I've been picking them early because I was afraid of like the wireworms or rot, things like that. But I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna let this bed go at least a few more weeks. Especially this one, because I don't know. Well, of course you see over there, that whole thing is dead. So whatever that is not growing anymore. But here, I really want to get this in the ground because I have two. This is a purple coneflower that I have in a pot here. I really want to try to transmit this somewhere because I want to use this nice bigger pot for the two leftover seed potatoes I just bought for a fall crop. I had harvested those aren't here. They're just kind of back in here. I just planted these about a week ago. I had harvested my Purple Majesties from over here, all over here, and this was all empty. They are all gone. I harvested them all, and I wanted to plant some Kennebecs to possibly save as seed for next year, and this way they won't have to store as long. If I if I planted them now, and they hopefully let them go all the way up till frost, and then hopefully they won't have to store as long. Doesn't really matter if they're all that big, just as long as they're a nice seed size. So we'll see what goes. Yeah, they won't come up for I would say at least another week. Maybe over summer they'll come up a little quicker. I notice here when I plant them in the spring, they usually take a good 3 weeks, maybe even 3.5 weeks to poke above the surface. Maybe over the summer they'll be a little quicker, I'm hoping. That's just guinea pig bedding on top there. That's just you see there. And here's another, I think it's Celebrity was the name of this tomato, and an indeterminate. Yeah, one was a determinate patio one. And my sunchokes. So they're probably almost 6 foot now. That tallest one is probably about 6 foot, but they've definitely filled out nicely. And from what I know, they'll go all the way up until frost. They can, harvest them around frost because they're sweeter after a frost. So they're doing pretty well. I thought that they would get taller, but like I said, not the greatest sun here. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna get a yield from them for sure. I mean, you see, they're nice and thick down here at the base. And that's not quite as what the sunflowers get, but I mean that looks like it's maybe an inch. And I've not really watered these, maybe once or twice. Just trying to keep a mulch on them. And like I said, I'm trying to see what little I can get away with things like watering and fertilizing. Next year, I think I'm going to try to be a little better with the fertilizing, especially with in the roost out beds. Especially this one, because this was only a first year bed. that I was only created first last fall, whereas this one is 2 years old. This spruce stout bed here, which is mainly with this whole stuff. There is some potting mix in there, but it's mostly hay and fall leaves in here, with some weeds, and then some leftover potting mix I threw over just to add some volume and some bulk. But this whole area here, I imagine, will be more fertile than that area over there. That was just lawn last summer. So last fall I kind of create with leaves and hay, but it's not really had much chance to break down the soil and till it and kind of break down. So that area won't be as good as this area here. But you see there's a lot, like I said, I'm probably not going to let this go too much longer. You see there's a lot of dieback here, a lot of dieback over there, a lot of dieback here. But there's still some green, so I mean, I'm going to try to let these go until most, especially the russets, since I think they're a longer season variety. I mean, I don't know if I want to dig down in here and see if I can find something else. I'm pretty sure over here there was a purple one that the Purple Majesty that I planted last year. I found a small one growing up near the surface in here in this kind of spot here somewhere. It's probably one I forgot. Then maybe if I dig down in here, I might be able to find one, but they're the vines, I don't want to disturb them too much. I wanted to find a spot, but there's really nowhere I can reach. I don't see any poking on the surface. They weren't planted all that deep. I mean, the top of the seed potato was probably only 3 or 4 inches away. So I thought I might see some poke above the surface, but I really don't see them. But yeah, alright, well, just a quick little pan here and then I'll be done. And you'll see, let me get another shot of the beans and the cucumbers, because the next video I'm sure they'll be growing a lot over the next, let's say, 2 weeks or so. Or probably 2 weeks before I get another video in. Alright, well, I'm not going to do the front for now. I'll save that for the next video. Alright, enjoy.